everyone, it's Jet back today with another achievement video. And today I'm going to show you how to do the achievement called Wards of the Dread Citadel. And the objective of this is to empower your Argent Dawn Commission, which unlocks the ancient secrets within Naxxramas. Now, by unlocking the Old Naxxramas, you will now be able to regain access to the original raid. So you can farm up old transmog and craft old transmog and get recipes and all that other cool jazz. Now, before I show you the step-by-step process on how to unlock Old Naxxramas, there are a few things that I want to go over and some things I recommend that you pick up to make getting this achievement a little easier. So the first thing that is very important is you want to make sure that you are at least honored with the Argent Dawn. Now, if you are not honored, you will have to head to Eastern Plaguelands and get some rep to say it politely, you know. But the quickest way to do this is to start and complete Fiona's Caravan quest. Now, you can just do these quests up until you're honored, which will take no time at all, to be completely honest with you. I'll put in the description below where you can start this quest line. Now, the second thing you want to do is to make sure that you have the Old Scholomance Dungeon unlocked, as the first part of this achievement requires it. Now, if you do not have this unlocked, you can see how to do that in this video right here. If you are on mobile and didn't see that link pop up, I'll just post it in the description below. Now, the first part of this achievement requires you to repair an item you loot from Old Scholomance, and that item is called the Cracked Argent Dawn Commission. Now, in order to repair this, you will need 1 Righteous Orb and 4 Truesilver Bars. So you want to pick these 2 items up before you start this achievement. These can be bought on the auction house. Now, if you're too frugal to pay gold for these 2 items, I guess I could put where to farm them in the description below. But for Pete's sake, just pick them up from the auction house, okay? Now, when you repair this Cracked Argent Dawn Commission, it will turn into a Argent Dawn Commission. Now, if you are a veteran of this game and have done the original Naxxramas stuff, you will not be able to see the Cracked Argent Dawn Commission item, so you will not be able to loot it. So this is very important. So if this is the case for you, you will have to go to an Argent Dawn Quartermaster within Chillwind Camp if you're an Alliance, or the Bulwark if you're a Horde, to get another one. Now, the last part of finishing up this achievement, it requires you to turn in a quest. Now, when you turn in this quest, you're going to need some materials. And this is a chart right here of what you're going to need. Now, what materials and how many depend on your reputation status with the Argent Dawn. So, as you can see, the higher rep you are, the cheaper it will cost. So, if you are exalted, you are in luck, as your previous grinding makes it free, so you will need no materials. Now, I am revered, so I am bringing along 3 brilliant shards and 2 arcane crystals. Notice that honored is the lowest rep you can, that is on this list that you can to complete this quest that you're going to have to turn in. Now, this is why I mentioned earlier to have at least honored with the Argent Dawn. Now, I recommend you see what you will need before starting this achievement and buying these materials, so you don't have to run to an auction house later on at the last part of this achievement. Now, on closing, some optional items that you want to pick up, but it's not required, is some speed food. Now, you can either buy bear tartare, which is a legion food, or the fried bonefish from Shadowlands. Now, I would just go with whatever is cheaper. Now, I have tested the speed food you get from the PvP Quartermaster called the Wild Dragon Fruit, and it does not work. So, and the reason you might want to get these speed buff food is because, especially if you're not a class with movement speed abilities, there is a part of this achievement where you have to get from point A to point B in a 5-minute window. So having these buffs, they cannot hurt you, and it might be the difference between you timing it and you not timing it. So without further ado, let's head over to the Old Scholomance Dungeon and start this achievement and unlock Old Naxxramas. All right, so we made it to Scholomance, which is located in the Western Plaguelands, right down here on the top part of the Eastern Kingdoms. Now, when you come in here, to get to the Old Scholomance Dungeon, you want to hang a right, and then you want to go to the book where you did the ritual, and you want to click the book. Now, whenever you enter the Old Scholomance Dungeon, you want to head all the way down to where Rattlegore is located, which is in the basement of this dungeon. So we're going to head down there now. When we get there, we'll be right back. All right, so we're coming down to the area of where Rattlegore is. And when you come into Rattlegore's room, on the left-hand side, you'll notice a bone pile. This bone pile right here, right when you come in the door, right here on the left. And this is very tricky to see sometimes, is you might want to zoom up, but there is an item up here. This is it right here. This is the Cracked Argent Dawn Commission. So you might want to zoom in. It's kind of tricky to see. So you want to pick that up. Now, once we have the Cracked Argent Dawn Commission, it will say to use, repair the insignia with a Righteous Orb and 4 Truesilver Bars. So we already knew this, so we brung them along. So we are going to repair this Argent Dawn Commission, and it turns into a trinket. So what you want to do now, this is very important, is you want to equip this trinket. So we're going to equip this. And the next step of this is we want to go and defeat Gandling, who is a boss in this dungeon. And I'll show you how to do that right now. Now we are coming up on the part where Gandling is going to be, where he gets summoned at. Now, you need to get past this door right here, and you're going to need the viewing room key. Now, this viewing room key drops from Rattlegore, from the same room where we picked up the Cracked Argent Dawn Commission. So, you kill Rattlegore, you'll get the viewing room key, which you can proceed down to the last part of this area here. So when you come in here where all the students are, you just want to hang a left right here and open this door. And this right here is the area that will summon Darkmaster Gandling. Now, as you notice, all right here, there's 3 rooms up top and there's 3 rooms on the bottom. Now, in order to summon this boss, Darkmaster Gandling, you're going to have to clear out all 6 of these rooms and clear them out with every mob that they have in there. And when you do that, then Darkmaster Gandling will get summoned right here in the center of this room. So we're going to do that now, and before we clear out the last room, we'll be right back. So we're coming up on our last room. We cleared out the other 5 here. And whenever we clear out this room, you'll notice Gandling will spawn here in the center. And now when we kill him, remember, you got to have the trinket on, okay? So whenever you kill him with the trinket on, he'll give us a quest that will send us on another mission. So we'll clear this room out. And now you notice here, he says, school is in session. So we'll kill him, and when we kill him, we'll get another quest here. And it's called the Darkmaster Scourgestone. And basically it says, find someone interested in the Darkmaster Scourgestone. So we'll accept this. And where you want to go is you want to go to the Light Hope's Chapel. So we're going to do that right now, and we'll be right back. All right, so we made it to Light Hope's Chapel. And Light Hope's Chapel is located in the Eastern Plaguelands, right here on the full eastern part of the map. Now, when you come here, you want to talk to Duke Nicholas. I'm not even going to try to say his last name, but Duke Nicholas, we'll call him. So you just want to talk to him, and you want to turn in this quest. Now, when you do this, he'll give you the Scourgestones. Now, this gives you the ability to acquire Invader Scourgestones while wearing the Argent Dawn Commission. So we'll complete this quest. And where you want to go now is you want to head over to Stratholme Dungeon, which is in the northwest part of this Eastern Plaguelands. And when we get over to Stratholme and get inside the dungeon, then I'll tell you about the home stretch of this achievement, which is the most difficult that most people have. So when we get over there, we'll be right back. Alright, so we made it inside Stratholme, and this is the hardest part of the achievement that most people have a problem with. So we will just run this whole thing without interruptions. Now, there are a few things that are very important that you need to know, and some things that you must not do. Now, this dungeon has two sides to it. You have a live side, which we are in, and you have an undead side. Now, before there were two entrances to enter which side you wanted to run, and you still have that, but now you can go into both sides through one dungeon. Now, right now we are on the live side. This is the live side, but right over here is the entrance to the undead side. Now we will have to go into both sides for this part of the achievement, but do not go into the undead side first. You want to leave this alone until we have to go over there. Now, the first thing we want to do is we want to pick up a supply crate and loot some Stratholme holy water. Now, once we have this, we want to look for a mob called the Eye of Naxxramas. Now, these mobs they're hidden all across this live side of the dungeon. Now, they will only appear when you engage certain mobs. So, whenever they appear and we kill one, we're going to loot a item called the Ward of Naxxramas. Now, when we loot this item, we do not want to use it. We want to proceed to this area on the map, and then we want to use it. You also, in the process, do not want to kill any bosses. Any rares, any mini bosses at all. So just keep that in mind also. Now, when we get to this area right here, we will use the Ward of Naxxramas, and then we will see a Dread Ward of Naxxramas pop up. It's sort of like a portal looking thing. Now, when this pops up, we're going to use our Stratholme holy water on the ward, and when we do this, a 5-minute debuff will pop up, and then we have 5 minutes to run over to this side of the dungeon right here, and we have to kill the last boss, which is Rivendare, and basically we have to clear the whole undead side within 5 minutes. Now, this is where the speed buff comes in. You know, you want to use speed buffs and speed food if you have it. So, with all that said and done, let me just show you how this works in action. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're definitely going to use our speed food here and get that set up. In the live side, what we're going to look for now is just a supply crate. Like, you can loot mobs right now if you want, because it's not really anything pushing. So we're going to loot a holy water here. So we're just going to kill mobs and look for the Eye of Naxxramas here. And usually if you engage a patchwork horror, they come up. Oh, so we must have found, one must have spawned with this pack of loot here, and we just didn't see it. So now that we have our Ward of Naxxramas, what we want to do is we want to head on over to this area right here. So once we're in this area right here, let's kill the rest of these mobs. Okay, you notice we got our speed buff food right here. So when you're in this area right here of the map, what you want to do is you want to use your Ward of Naxxramas right here. And when you do, here, I'll just show you. You'll notice this right here. So what you want to do here is you want to throw your Stratholme holy water on it. And when you do, you got, now the 5-minute buff starts. So we got to run all the way to the undead side. And we got to clear out the ziggurats and kill Rivendare within this 5-minute time here. So that's why I say when you're doing this, don't loot anything, just proceed to the objective. So we're going to come over to the undead side here. Now when you come to the undead side, the best thing to do is to do this one first and go this way. Because there's a reason for that. And the reason being is there is a gate. You'll see it coming up. There's a gate right here that you go under, but you can get trapped under there and it'll cost you some time. So it's best to go through here and do this one and then proceed counterclockwise. So you got to come in all these ziggurats here and you got to clear them out. So we've got 4 minutes left. And see, every time I kill these mobs, I'm getting a little burst of speed. So it could be the difference for you, making this timer or not. So this is the last one here. We got to clear this out. And we're at 3 minutes, so we're pushing it pretty close here. So now we want to make it down here. And when you make it down here to this part of the map, you're going to have to clear out all these venom belchers. Every one of them. And when you do that, Ramstein will pop up. We want to kill him. And where these undead come out, this is the last part we're going to have to go to right here. So just remember this gate here. Because after we kill Rivendare, we're going to have to run to that gate. So I'm just foreshadowing what you're going to have to do here. So we got 89 seconds. We're going to come in here. We're going to kill... Oh, hold on. What are we missing here? Oh, yeah, we got to kill those dudes. So we come in here, kill Rivendare. And when we do this, you want to run to that gate. And we have 68 seconds. And you'll notice a Hand of Naxxramas right there. Now, when you get here, you'll get another action bar, and you want to use it. Alright everyone, as you noticed in the previous clip, we ran to the gate and killed the Hand of Naxxramas instead of using the extra action button to burn down our Argent Dawn Commission to a crisp. I thought I messed it up, and I did. When making most of these videos, sometimes it's my first time doing it myself. Usually when I fail, I can jump on an alt or the same character and redo the part that I didn't get right. Now in this case, using the extra action button to kill the Hand of Naxxramas at the end, that will give you the final quest. Now once I realized this error, I tried to redo and re-record the part of the achievement again that I messed up. I reset the dungeon, tried to loot another Ward of Naxxramas, and it just wouldn't drop. I even ran it again on alts, and another ward just wouldn't drop. You know, every time you fail at something, you learn from it. And in this case, we learned a lot about this achievement that we did not previously know. Now, one, every step you do in this achievement, it counts for an alt character. So if you repaired a Cracked Argent Dawn Commission on one character, another character can get it by talking to an Argent Dawn Quartermaster. Another thing is, if you accidentally killed the Hand of Naxxramas after killing Rivendare, instead of using the other action bar that pops up, don't worry. If another ward of Naxxramas just won't drop when you think you messed up, this might be how you fix it. So after hours of trying to get another ward to drop, even waiting until another daily reset, I just started thinking of other alternatives. I went back to the Light Hopes Chapel, looking for the NPC that you're supposed to turn the last quest into, and I found her, but she did not have a quest for me, and she is located right here at the entrance of the cathedral here, the church. So when I first met her, she did not have a quest for me, but if you talk to her at the end of the conversation, she'll give you a quest to complete the achievement. So sorry about that failure, but hopefully this can help someone who is struggling and made some errors along the way. So we'll talk to her now, and she'll give us a quest to empower the Empower Commission here. So when we accept this, we'll give her the regions that we need, and this will pop off our achievement.
Have a good one.
So we'll complete the quest, and now we get the achievement, Wards of the Dread Citadel. So now that we have the achievement, let me show you where we can access the Old Naxxramas. So the Old Naxxramas can be accessed through a portal right here, which is located right outside Stratholme here in this area of Eastern Plaguelands. I'll put the waypoints in the description below. So once again, I'm sorry for the earlier steps in this video, and I hope some of the information in this video has helped you. Now, if you have any questions, as I believe I have most of the answers now for this achievement, please post them in the comments below, and I'll be happy to help you. So that is how you get the Wards of the Dread Citadel achievement, and good luck with your achievement hunting.